We appreciate you guys stopping by today to start off the spring kickoff 2022. We just completed our winter conditioning training cycle, 8 weeks. So we've had 8 weeks of strength and conditioning as well as football school, improving on our knowledge of the game, both from a terminology standpoint, fundamental technical standpoint within the classrooms, and building into our schemes, which will lead to situational football. So we're excited about the growth, not only mentally, but obviously physically within the strength and conditioning component of the last 8 weeks. The focus leading up to spring ball in this first cycle in the winter conditioning is always about the mental and physical development. This game is a very, very competitive sport that requires toughness, and so early on in these phases, if we don't create a great foundation with the ability to compete based off of certain habits and skills, it's going to be tough down the road. The players have done a tremendous job pouring themselves and applying their focus to the things that the team has agreed upon that we need to do a better job of, and that we did a better job of down the stretch last season, and growing off of those things as we move forward. The consistency is everything. So a couple things that we focus on in the winter conditioning from a mental side is just our purpose, our commitment to the team, how we're working each and every day. It'll lead to our accountability for the team and being a team member, and it'll allow us to compete more consistently at a high level. And the players have done that through the training sessions with Coach Kagan and our strength and conditioning staffs. From that standpoint, we had some unity games too during the winter time, which there's 10 teams, and each full-time coach is a coach on one of those 10 teams, as well as an assistant, a GA or a QC. And what it entails is different competitions, physical competitions, mental competitions, but the winner prevailed after 4 weeks during the winter conditioning session, which these would take place every Friday morning at 6 a.m. And the winner of this year's Winter Games was Coach Boniface's team number 9. So we're excited about the way not only they competed, but how everybody competed, teaching ourselves how to work together, how to be accountable to doing our job, working in smaller groups and smaller units, and figuring out how to get things done. From a physical standpoint, development is huge. We talked about it's a physical game. It's a physically demanding game. Being able to develop how explosive we are, our ability to change direction, which requires flexibility, and being very mindful of our mobility. Our ability to sustain high outputs and high speeds in terms of running through the course of a whole practice, so that we can compete and train at a certain level that we're going to be required to play at. When it comes to practice, our primary focus is this spring, number one, to compete, to build an environment of competition each and every day that is going to allow us to grow in these areas. Building dependable depth, as we always talk about, especially in the fronts. We've got we got 11 new guys, not just in the front, but we got 11 new guys that joined the team in January. Bringing them in, getting them around the veterans, and making sure that they understand how we do things and how we're going to compete every single day. Establishing the run game on both sides of the ball, creating explosives and eliminating explosives for the defense. Big part of spring ball, too, is our situational awareness, not only for the players but for coaches and us all working together, whether that's backed up all the way across the field into the 4 down, the red zone, the high, the low, into the goal line, and obviously the 2-point opportunities that present themselves with the rules of what college football is today. All the way into down and distance situations, and what fits us best and how we operate, and mixed downs, first and second downs, third and shorts, third and longs, mediums, 4th down scenarios. Where is our honey hole in terms of 4 down scenarios, and what are we efficient at executing? Clock situations are always a huge deal as well. taken from NFL experiences, college experiences, our own experiences last year, and building those into our practices so we can maximize the opportunities we get to practice certain situational football. At the end of the day, spring ball has always been and will always be about competition, development, and growth. At every single position, there will be a competition. Every single day, it will be evaluated. We'll provide feedback, opportunities, and ways to grow, and for players to improve their roles, as well as for us as coaches. Spring ball is an unbelievable opportunity for us to fine-tune what it looks like, where we're at, figure out where we're at as we move into summer when we conclude spring ball, and where we need to grow in the summertime leading into fall camp. That being said, I'm going to hit you guys with a quick list so you guys know when you're out there at the beginning of practices, the players that will not participate in spring ball due to postseason surgeries. Okay, I'm going to hit you guys on this list so you guys are aware if you see them out there and they're not in. We're going to update you now, and then we'll leave it at that all the way through the rest of the spring ball. So guys that will not participate, okay? Jai Jones, Roman Kafense, Ben Dooley, OJ, Mike Callahan, Jackson Cravens, Shane Irwin, Nohe, Markel, Tubes, and Riley Smith. They will be participating in certain things off to the side that they're able to do with their rehab, post-surgery rehabs, in efforts to keep them on schedule to be back in the summertime as we start our second phase. Guys that will be slightly modified, and in most cases it's non-contact situations that we want to keep these guys in, but guys that have come off, some of these guys are postseason season surgery. Some of them are guys that had surgery during the season that now are far enough along in their recovery that they can get work, just not all of it. So Hank will participate, be in the position he plays. Nobody touches him anyway, so he is non-contact, but Hank will participate and be slightly modified in everything we do after a postseason lower half surgery. Isaiah Bradford is coming off a shoulder from last year. He'll be able to participate in certain non-contact situations. And Tyneil Hopper will be slightly modified as we start for a few days here. Guys that that are on track to return post-spring break, so the back half of spring ball. Garrett Curran, Andy Nwaku, J.L. Skinner, we got a soft tissue deal we're working through. He'll be limited to really no contact early on, and we just got to progress forward as it allows. Dallas Holiday is a day-to-day as we start spring ball, and Isaiah Bagnaw with the soft tissue, we're hoping to his recovery will continue to be on pace to allow him to do stuff off to the side the beginning of spring ball, and hope to get him back after spring break. That being said, as you guys know, it is always in the student athlete's best interest to make sure that we handle the recovery processes appropriately to get them prepared to ultimately so that they can train and develop to prepare themselves to compete during the season. We're excited about Donald Rich joining our program. In the short time he's been here, he's done a phenomenal job building the trust, getting to know the players, engaging the players. He brings a wealth of experience and knowledge in the field that has a huge part of the success of our football program, being that this is tackle football, and there is an unbelievable physical element that goes with this game, and it requires a certain preparation to be able to do it each and every day. So we're extremely excited about Donald and what he has already brought to our program and what he'll continue to bring to that space within our facility. They've trained like they missed out on Christmas last year, like they didn't get anything. They've trained like that, and we'll continue to work that way throughout the entirety of our off season. And the beautiful thing about it now is the guys are leading it. We got a certain, what I mean by that, we missed out on Christmas. We got a certain sense of gratitude now, and what it looks like and what we need to do and how we need to prepare And, you know, sometimes you got to go through situations like that to see the positives that come from it. And so we're really excited. Honestly, spring ball has showed up really fast here. We're excited that we're going to be able to get back on the field tomorrow morning and get going, see all the improvements, obviously work on all the things that we need to continue to grow into our program, you know, whether it be X's and O's, our mentality, our ability to compete consistently. You know what, from that whole room in general, number one, that position comes with a whole lot of responsibility before you even get on the field. That's leadership. How they lead themselves, how they handle their own space, how they prepare themselves, how they help others get prepared. The competition doesn't start on the field, especially at that position. It starts building the relationships off the field, being able to help players get on the same page so that when we get on the field, we can maximize our opportunities and grow together faster. For the whole position group, the consistency in the decision-making is going to be huge. They touch the ball every single play and are obviously a huge factor of how games can go each way. So building in the confidence to make those decisions, having the whereabouts to understand what those decisions are being made off of, and rep those situations over and over again. We want to see that from that whole room. We want to see that continue to grow. We want to see the ability to respond on the field. There is going to be a lot of competition, as we spoke about in spring ball. We want to see the quarterbacks be able to lead, you know, within those competition settings. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, Hank's going to be good. No one touches the quarterback anyway. So he's going to be able to get the majority of the work that he would normally get. Rep-wise, it might need to just be modified a little bit as we progress him into, you know, all the guys that aren't modified, the way they've been trained and where their loads and high-speed runnings are right now, they're ready to handle day one of spring ball like nothing. They're able to go a practice and a half, actually. Some of the guys that have been modified through the winter, through the 8-week winter strength and conditioning, that's where the reps become modified. So yes, if Hank is modified on reps, it's a great opportunity for Talon, you know, and the rest of the quarterback, Sam, or whoever it may be, to jump in there and bump up the ladder there and operate with the first team, second team, whoever that may be.